Well, welcome back to Better Living. I'm here with Dr. Bob from Sylvania Vet, and he's brought me lunch. Okay, maybe it's not lunch for me, although I may nibble at some of it while we're sitting here. You have brought some things that most of us would find in our kitchen that could really be harmful to our animals, dogs specifically?
Absolutely. I think everybody pretty much knows about chocolate.
Yes.
And so we're talking about chocolate here first. And chocolate has three factors that play a role. The better the quality chocolate, in other words, the dark chocolate, or in this case, the baker's chocolate, which has no flavor. You wouldn't eat it by itself.
No.
But that's pure cocoa. That's the most toxic. And then you move down to the dark chocolate, which has quite a bit of the cocoa base in it, and then you get into the milk chocolate. And so what you're talking about is that this is about 1/10 of the strength of the baker's chocolate. So it's the size of the dog, the amount, and dogs have a sweet tooth, so we don't have to worry so much about cats because they do not. But it depends on the size of the dog, the amount of chocolate that was ingested are the two critical factors that determine whether we're going to see clinical signs associated with chocolate ingestion. There's a methylxanthine. Say that.
Say that. I was just going to say that.
And then theobromine are the active ingredients in chocolate. The better quality chocolate has more of those, and as a result, we look for those side effects of increased heart rate, increased respirations, and effect on blood pressure. Significant chocolate ingestion requires an emergency visit, and we offer that service at Sylvania Vet for our clients. The next thing on my list here is Orbit gum. And
Orbit specifically?
Orbit specific as an example of anything that contains xylitol, which is an artificial sweetener, and it has serious side effects on dogs, both their blood sugar and on their liver, and it literally can cause fatal liver damage. So you got to keep your gum, keep it in their purse with the purse closed, keep it in your pockets, drawers in the bedroom or in the kitchen. Do not let your dog get access to Orbit gum. Next on the little hit parade here are onions and garlic. Which
I wouldn't have known about those two.
Both of those have the ability to cause toxicity in dogs and cats if they're ingested. So, the giving table food that's got onion in it, a lot of onion in it, could be a problem. It can affect the bone marrow and the blood and cause what's known as Heinz body anemia. It should be avoided. As a result, you got to think about, some people have talked about giving garlic to dogs to prevent fleas and treat fleas. The reality is there have been studies on that show that that's not correct, but you're running some risks when you do that. And then next, grapes and their dried up cousin, the raisin, are toxic to dogs, and we don't know why, but it can cause kidney damage and kidney failure from the ingestion. One grape, one raisin isn't going to do it. The key is if the dog learns to like them, and now you come home and you got the grocery bag sitting on the floor, and the dog gets into the grocery bag because you get distracted putting other stuff away, and they eat the whole bundle, it could be a significant problem.
Well, I think probably in general it's better to feed our dogs dog food or dog treats or, not table food. But there are a couple that I've heard are good for them. I want to know if that indeed is true. So eggs. I've heard that eggs are good for their coats. Well, should we give our dogs eggs?
As long as you cook it.
Yeah, well, yes, yeah.
But eggs are fine. There's, the albumin of the egg, the white of the egg, is the best protein. It's the reference point for every other kind of protein that's out there. So it's fine, and it's a good nutrition source. We don't worry too much about cholesterol in dogs, so we don't have to worry or in cats. And so using eggs is good.
And then my dog, if I buy the organic carrots, in the bag, and if I'm not shredding, but taking the skin off the carrot, just peeling them, my dog wants to eat those peels.
I see no problem with that unless
Excellent.
you just eat too much,
Right.
you know, and now it gets bound up in the stomach or something of that nature. But carrots are great. So any kind of fruit except grapes or raisins, melon of any flavor, pieces of apple, orange, a mini carrot is a treat instead of a milk bone biscuit, particularly if we're trying to lose weight, take a dog and take weight off of a dog.
That's a great idea. Well, I want to get an update from you on the dog flu, the influenza, and I think this is important. Okay, so at the park, they have these bags out, which are great. Here's the thing, you should use them because so many people don't show, perhaps it's not showing respect, but they do not pick up what their dog leaves behind. Not only is it gross, but it could spread some of this influenza issue, right?
Well, I think that probably because we don't have influenza in the area yet, that isn't as big a concern. But there's such a large number of dogs, and the dog park in the area doesn't require a negative stool check. It's possible that a dog having a bowel movement in the park could contaminate the soil, and now we run some risk. And it's obviously just a responsible thing to do, whether you're at the dog park or at Wildwood or Swan Creek or wherever, or in your neighbor's front yard. Pick up the mess. And that bag, along with the butt mitts that I had here a while back, those are all biodegradable, so you can comfortably throw them into the landfill and know that everything's going to break down and go back to Mother Nature.
Good news, we still don't have influenza here.
Good news, we still don't have it. The other good news is that we're catching up with the demand at Sylvania Vet. We can now take phone calls and schedule the appointment to come in for the vaccine, and we still strongly recommend that you do that. The last time I talked to anybody, it's still going on in Chicago, so it hasn't gone away yet, but hopefully it's going to run its course.
Excellent. Well, get your dog vaccinated. Don't let him eat the grapes. Save them for yourself. We'll be right back on Better Living.